It's time to focus on the things you need, the things you deserve. You deserve a healthy body, supplements that get you moving and keep you moving, that make you feel good, look good, do good. And they shouldn't contain GMOs, artificial ingredients, or heavy metals, ever. Supplements that are clinically studied, use proven absorption technologies, are designed by scientists, and are ethically sourced and produced. Supplements with everything you need, nothing you don't. You deserve a company that you can trust, that's dedicated to safe manufacturing practices and third-party testing, that ensures the highest quality of effectiveness from extraction of ingredients all the way to the composition of the packaging. Wait a second. You deserve to see the process. You deserve a company led by a CEO with a deep belief in the power of people, dedicated to inspiring entrepreneurs to achieve success. A company with a phytonutrient chemist and expert on natural molecules who is obsessed with human health and has your best interest in mind to design its products. A board comprised of talented doctors from around the world. You deserve to be surrounded by people you trust and look up to. Empowered ambassadors that inspire wellness every day. Leaders who are rooting for you to be the best version of yourself. A community that works hard and plays hard. You deserve to experience adventures that take you around the world, and you deserve to be recognized for your hard work. It's time to get what you deserve. It's time to shift your focus. 3.
Awesome. That video makes me smile every time I see it. I love it. I get that little dance going when I hear the music. So thank you to the team behind the scenes that always launches us with that great video that sets the tone for what it is we're doing here at 3. It's really great to see all of you. My name is Jessica Johnston, and I am honored to be here and to be invited to speak with you guys tonight. As I am scrolling through the participants, I just get excited to see the names of people who I continue to meet, I continue to build relationships with. This company is pretty spectacular. And I'll tell you a little bit of my story of how I ended up here. But great to see you guys. If you're listening to this recording, thank you for taking the time to do this. I'll let you know what we're going to be talking about. I called a bunch of people and I said, what's really important right now? What do we want to be talking about tonight on our empowerment call? How can I empower the associates, the brand ambassadors of 3 International? And a couple different things came to mind, but 2 things I want to talk about tonight is being intentional with your business, and then also a topic that I talked about last night on a different call. I want to talk about how we handle the no's, not nose, but N-O, the no's in this business. Because it's a topic that was coming up in our team, and I thought, oh, this will be something great to coach on with the rest of the team. So let me start by just sharing a little bit about my story. I have been in this most incredible industry of direct sales for going on 14 years. I love it here. I did not choose it. It chose me. And I walked right into my career, my profession, and I think ultimately my destiny, my ministry. And I learned quickly that we are truly in a company that serves and can just really, really make a difference. What I have loved most in my life is serving other people. It's what makes me feel the best when I feel like I'm making a difference and that I can have an impact in somebody's life. And to be able to go one life at a time is to me just the best thing. And because of our model, I can go one life at a time, and you can go one life at a time, and then they can go one life at a time. And then collectively, we're just making a massive, massive difference for hundreds of thousands of people. So I was with another company previously. I chose when somebody approached me with three, I took a really, really hard look because I was in a position where I was being paid very, very well. I built myself a very nice residual income for my family. And having spent 11 years doing that, it was a little bit scary to look at another company, look at a new opportunity, but I'll tell you, everything lined up. The science was more current. These products were more current. The team was just really on top of things. The infrastructure looked beautiful. I was only willing to come here for a binary compensation plan. And then we have a check match on top of it, which I never had an experience with. But together with those things, I went to the corporate first convention. I met with Daniel and Charity Piku personally during lunch break, and I got to see who Kim Hui was. I also had a chance to just hug and shake hands with the people that are in this team, all of those beautiful, amazing founders that came in a room together 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago now, and decided that they wanted to be founders of three and say, yes, we're in, we want to go, we want to launch this business with you guys. And I am so grateful for all of you. I left my other company after more than a decade, and I came to three because I knew what we had here. I knew what this future was going to look like. And I left that paycheck and I came here to be with all of you. And so it had to be the best of the best of the best of the best of the best. It had to be. I loved the timing of this company. Obviously, I loved the leadership of this company. Product was an easy choice for us. And so here I am, excited to see you. But here's what I want to talk about tonight. So that's a little bit about who I am, now growing a beautiful team. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, and just did an event here last weekend, and had Samson come in, and Kim, Holly DeMott came in, Adrian Ruiz came in, these people that I have just been able to really connect with in this company and say, how can we build together? How can we run together? I'd like to host an event. And so we did that last weekend, and it was magical. Kim and Samson left Charlotte, went to Dallas, and did another event for Christine Peterson. And I got to watch these two individuals, Kim and Samson, just one person after the other, after the other, after the other, every conversation, next conversation, coaching session, fully engaged, just so willing to help, so willing to give. The energy that Kim has to pour into people is really a gift. It is a gift. I don't know how any one person can have the wisdom, the energy, the knowledge, the expertise, the stamina to do that for people. And it was what I got to witness was just awesome. And it's something that I want to duplicate. I want to duplicate what I witnessed with her throughout my business. And so I listened very closely, but we had an incredible event. And some of the things, oh my gosh, there were so many topics that we wanted to talk about, and we only had so much time. We did a opportunity meeting in the morning, opportunity experience done by Adrian Ruiz, amazing, and Dr. Lisa Sautong, which was so credible and hearty and good. And then it went into a Power Saturday. We called it Power Saturday, where we got to talk about how to connect, what your mindset is, speaking with people. We even went over the compensation plan, just what daily activities should look like. Some of the things we didn't get to talk about, which is one of my favorite topics, is overcoming objections. And so I'm actually going to dissect part of that. And I want to talk about the people who say no to us or say, oh, I'm not really ready. Or how about the people that don't even reply to us? So we're going to be real, and we're going to talk about just what it's like to be in direct selling. And the fact that that is part of what we do here is we honor the timing that it takes other people to join us. So if you think about your story, how long did it take you to say yes? How many times did your enrolling sponsor reach out to you and say, look at this opportunity, look at this opportunity, look at this company, look at these products? And I guarantee that most of us did not say yes immediately. We wanted to do our own research, consider the timing in our life. And so at the end of the day, it's a process. I'll talk about that more in just a second. Before I do that, Samson liked the topic of being intentional. So let me cover this for just a minute because I'll tell you that in my experience, I've been able to work with many, many millionaires and multimillionaires in this industry. I've been able to work with many, many six-figure earners. Now, not everybody is here to make that kind of money. Some of us are here, we have debts to pay. We maybe want to buy a house. Maybe we want to free up our partner, our spouse from a job that they're unhappy with. We're all here for different reasons, okay? And whatever that is, that's what I want to drive you every day, okay? And when I've worked with all of these people, there is a common theme that comes back in feedback. Where did things change for you? Where did things shift for you? When did this get real? And I think that leading up into the point that we get very intentional about this, there's sort of a series of things that happens. We're introduced to this, we're researching it, we're sharing it with a few people, maybe talking to our spouse, studying the products, studying the compensation plan, using the products, and we're in sort of this learning phase. And the strong leaders in direct sales, the strong leaders in 3 will say, you know what, let's learn as we earn. Let's learn this as we're making money. Let's earn and learn this at the same time. So I happen to love the risk takers that say, you know what, I trust you, let's go. Just tell me what to do, right? Tell me what to do. We're not going to steer them wrong. We want them to have success. Whoever has success, other people has success. This model is win-win. But some of the common themes that I would hear is, I would go through this process and my belief was growing, and I would go to an event and I loved the people and my belief was growing and I was excited about the products and I understood. And then I would do a couple posts on social media, or I would talk to my cousin, I would talk to my parents, I would talk to my brother, right, or my coworker. But everyone says there's like this moment where they make a decision to be intentional to grow this business. And it will become, for so many people, a very strong feedback for the rest of us that say it was the moment that I decided to be intentional and go out and make this happen instead of waiting for it to happen or hoping that it comes to me. We are a young company. And so right now, it is so important that we work with intention, that we share the belief that is growing with intention. What does that mean? Okay. And I know I'm talking to some of you right now. So if you feel like you're somebody that says, I need to get more intentional, I know that I'm not being very intentional. What can that look like? So I think the simple thing, just start with the simple thing. Our whole life is regulated by time, by a calendar, right? I am a timekeeper. I manage time for a living. I have 3 teenage daughters, and everything is time. I'm running this business. I maintain the house. I've got other responsibilities. And so I'm a time manager. And so one of my favorite things to do is to utilize a calendar. It used to be a paper calendar. Now I have it on electronic, but utilize a calendar to literally block time that I will work on my 3 business. Block time. Now, here's the thing. I think some of us are doing that. Some of us are already blocking the time. We're obviously putting, if we have a team call, or if we're going to be doing connect calls to help a teammate, or if we're talking to a business builder that wants to join us, we're scheduling calls. And so those are the obvious appointments that we schedule. But what about the intentional time that you as an entrepreneur want to take to grow this business? So every day for 90 minutes, and I have to be honest with you, it doesn't happen for 90 minutes most days. But if I can get 30 to 60 minutes, if I can ever go 90, that is ideal. Every day for 90 minutes, my calendar is blocked to recruit, to do connections, to reach out to people. What am I recruiting? I'm recruiting customers. Okay, so I'm recruiting customers into this business, and I'm demonstrating the opportunity that exists financially. Now, there's a balance. I think a lot of people in the beginning say, try my product, try my product. I learned after 12 years of doing this that I say, try my product, and I have a financial opportunity. I offer both things to people, and our business grows faster because of it. Okay, so we're attracting people that need the income, maybe have a financial pain point in their life, or they just like to have extra money. Okay, so I look for those people that are already successful at what they do, people that have had success, people that have already made money in their life. Why not come here and apply it here? And in the same time, you're gonna typically reach better health, in some cases, optimal health. And so for some people, the business comes first, and then there's the benefit of the product, right? Thank goodness for these products. I had to have the products in order to say yes, but I knew I was going to build a business here. This is my primary income. It is my favorite profession in the world. I love doing this. It'll never feel like a job to me. So every day I have 90 minutes blocked on my calendar to make connections, reach out to people, maybe put a post on social media. In that activity, trying to follow up with people that I have already reached out to before or had conversations with before. So every day I'm doing my best to do that. So I would ask you, it doesn't have to be 90 minutes, but are you spending at least 30 minutes a day, at least 5 days a week, reaching out to people and saying, come look at this opportunity? Okay. Now, here's the other thing some of us do. We put it in our calendar, and then that time comes and goes, and we're busy doing laundry or picking up the house or running an extra errand or doing something else instead of committing to the time that we put in our calendar that we were going to work our 3 business. Your business doesn't grow unless you work it. Okay? It's not magic, especially in the beginning. Now, we get your business, your left team, your right team, we get them off the ground. Yes, there will be a time and place, let's hope, that some momentum kicks in, and then the business starts to work on its own by itself. Okay, it will start growing and growing if you've done it well, if you've done it right, if you've put your team into the system, you've exposed them to all the tools that we have, and they continue to duplicate that process. And so there will be a time that this can become easier. It doesn't matter really if you're joining a company in the 10th year or the first year, that if you can get into a momentum phase, you'll experience that growth. It just so happens that 3 is a really powerful company, and that we're expecting momentum to be a lot sooner than I thought. Okay, we're talking about, I believe I've heard Kim say end of 2026. Well, guess what? If you tell me, if we think that there's going to be the start of momentum in the end of 2026, I am going to be extremely intentional the next 18 months to get a team in place that is going to help carry us through momentum. Don't wait until next year. Do not wait a year. Do not wait till 2 months before. Start now. Because wouldn't you rather have 100 people on your left team and 100 people on your right team, or 1,000 people on your right team and 1,000 people on your left team before the momentous growth takes place? Be intentional now, because it takes time to build. It takes time because we make connections. They don't say yes right away. We follow up. They're not ready. We follow up again. Maybe they don't answer. Follow up again. Maybe you're on vacation. You can't do it. Whatever it might be. And then ultimately, this is the process. We honor the process. It takes time to bring people into this business. Okay, even customers, to get them enrolled on the product. They want to do their research. They want to maybe finish their other products first. So honoring the time for people is always important. Okay, that's going to come in more when I talk about the no's. I'm going to spend a little bit of time on that. So how much time are you spending on, I want you to ask yourselves this today. How much time are you spending connecting with new people? How much time a day are you spending on following up with people that you've already connected with? How much time are you spending reaching out to your teammates and saying, do you need any help? Do you need me to do any calls for you? What's a topic that you need to learn, that you feel like you want to learn better? Can you get me on a Zoom with your people? So how much time a day are you spending doing that? Also, I think this is part of it, but I don't want you to get lost in this land. Self-development, right? How much time are you spending on yourself to take care of yourself? Whether it's going to the gym, whether it's meditation, whether it's prayer, whatever your downtime is, your relaxed time. How much time are you spending on yourself, even just in personal development, to grow yourself, to challenge yourself, get outside your comfort zone? So all of these things are intentional opportunities, and we have to schedule time for them in order to execute and make sure we're executing when it comes up on the calendar. So there are times where I'm like, oh no, it's 1 o'clock already. Okay, put everything down. You've got to work on your list. Guys, you will always see me. I always have my list around me. If you see me, you will always see me with a list of people that I'm having conversations with. Okay, I take it in the car. If I'm waiting in carpool, I can message a few people, right? I'm very intentional. Here's the opposite of intentional. So it's just hoping that it'll show up, right? Praying that somebody will call. Now that does happen. That does happen. People will follow you. People are watching you. And so as they're watching, they'll join when they are ready to join. But your consistency, your belief, your enthusiasm is what's going to continue to attract them. And they start to join when they are ready. Okay. So let's see. Hold on. I want to keep going here. Oh, distractions. Let's talk about this really fast. Part of being intentional is eliminating distractions. Okay. All distractions are created equal. Flipping through Instagram can be a distraction. The only time I go on social media is to support my team and maybe do a post. And it's very intentional. And as soon as I'm done with that, I finally stopped getting lost in reels. I see a reel of a cute puppy, a TikTok, and then I get lost there for 20 minutes. Well, guess what? I can reach out to 15 people in a 20-minute period. So if I'm on Reels or TikTok for 20 minutes, I could have reached 15 people with that same amount of time. I care about time because I feel like we don't have a lot of it. Time goes by too fast. Time is flying. And it's our, other than human beings, it's our greatest asset is time. So are you managing your time wisely to be an entrepreneur, have discipline, and focus on growing your business? We all own a business center. We all have a business center here at 3. Do you have the self-discipline to cut this time down? No different than if you have a boss and your day is regulated and you have meetings you have to go to and you have projects that you have to get done. Well, there's somebody in charge of telling you when to do that. You want to be your own boss here. Okay? Self-motivation, making yourself do the work. Okay? The more consistent you are, the more you show up, the more this will pay off for you. Okay? I do like to say this is can you be really intentional for a season? Can you put your head down for 6 months or 12 months and be very intentional and sacrifice something, eliminate something else out of your life just for that period of time so that you can start to see the magnitude of what we have our hands on at 3. Okay, talked a little bit about honoring the process. So as you become more intentional, as you do your connections and as you do your follow-ups, what you're also going to find is more people that tell you, no, I'm not ready, or maybe people that just aren't responding to you. Why am I coaching on this? Because it happens to me too. It happens to me too. It happens to Kim too. It happens to Samson. It happens to Ricky and Francois. It happens to the best of the best of the best because, like I said before, people join in their own time. It's our job to introduce them to this. This is what I have. It's our job to have conversations and ask questions. It's our job to find the pain point that people have, whether it's a health pain point or a financial pain point, and then we have a reason to talk to them about 3. And so in those conversations and in that authentic listening, we can talk to people about 3 and introduce this as a solution to what their pain is. When we find the pain point, we get much closer to the person saying yes and they're ready to join us, rather than just giving them lots of information that they may not be interested in. Just because maybe it excites us or we think that's what they want to know, you'd rather find out exactly what excites them, engages them, or what their desires are in their life. Maybe it's not just a pain point. Maybe it's, what do you want to do in the next 5 years? What do you want to do in the next 10 years? I might be able to help you with that. So finding out what helps that person gets them closer to the yes. Okay, so I told my team this recently. I said, I always appreciate when you reach out to me and you say, everyone's saying no. I can't enroll anybody. I say, well, then good. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. If you're getting the no's, that means you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. It's the people that concern me that don't call and say, I'm getting the no's. They don't call. If they're not calling me saying, I'm getting all these no's, then they're not doing it. It's just part of the process. It's just part of direct selling. So, especially when not everybody knows about 3 yet, we are a name that people don't know yet. Our voices, us on this call, the people who hear this recording, our voices are what is teaching people about 3. We are getting 3 out to the globe. So imagine a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, with all of the speaking and enthusiasm that we have and the money that we're making and the products that we're getting results on. And everybody starts to hear about 3. You actually will likely experience an increase in the amount of time that it takes for them to say yes. So the no's get a little shorter. You'll have more people saying yes as this company continues to grow. You'll have more people saying yes, and it will take them less time to say yes because now they're hearing about 3. They know people that are using 3. Okay. Oh, 3. I've heard of that. Yeah, you're doing that. Oh, I've seen you. I've seen you promoting that for the last year. Yeah, I think I'm ready to do that now. Right. And then those people start to join us. Okay. So it gets a little easier. But right now, we're the voice. We are the ambassador to get this brand out. Okay. Let's see. My friend Kathleen, who enrolled 13 people, I believe, in 1 month. I think it was 13 people she brought into our business in 1 month. She said the only reason that I have so many yeses is because I've had a lot more no's than all of you. Because it took her all of those no's to get to those 13 yeses. It was probably 100 no's to get to the 13 people that said yes. It's a statistic. So right now, maybe 10%, maybe 20% are saying, yes, I'm ready to go. Okay, so we plant the seed with people. We say, hey, I have this for you. And then we give them information. You guys know the drill on this. We give them a tool. We give them the product information. We give them the financial reward. Those are the first 2 things I almost always send people 99% of the time. I send the product PDF and I send the financial reward system. Okay, that's my next touch to say, if you're interested in information, look over these documents. Can I connect with you tomorrow after you look at them? Okay, then sometimes they say, okay, not a good time for me right now. Okay, no big deal. I'll circle back with you in a little bit, right? Or, okay, it is a good time. Can you send me more information? Could you send me a video? And we just go through the process to get them closer to joining us. We're building trust with them, and we are giving them the information that they need so that the value of 3 for their life is increasing. So when the value of what 3 can do for them is increasing and it reaches the right level, that's when they say yes. If right now they don't feel like they need 3, they're not ready. Okay, but there may come a time, especially if you've told them, I have a solution to help with that. Come see me if you want to talk about this. When the value is there for them, they will call and say, I think I'm ready to go. Okay, so many people are watching. Many people will come back at a later date. Okay, they're keeping an eye on you. The other thing about no, and I know some of the leaders on this call are hoping that I'll say this, but no isn't really a no. We rarely get people that say, no, I am not interested. Do not contact me. That rarely happens. So when somebody's just saying, hey, not a good time, they're just saying, not now. Not now. I'm just not ready right now. It's not a no. Okay. My advice, if they haven't told you no, continue to reach out and follow up with them and say, hey, is now a better time? It's been 2 months since I reached out to you. Is now a better time for you to connect about 3? Okay. Follow up is everything. Be intentional with your follow up. Make sure you have a list of names, have some sort of a system, an organized system where you know when you last reached out to the person, when you know you're going to follow up with them again. You can ask their permission. Would it be okay if I follow up with you in a month? Okay, ask their permission so that when you follow up, they're ready to hear it. Okay? All right, I think I covered most of that here. All right, so I think what I want you guys to do in summary, like if I could give you something to just walk away with, I want you to really ask yourself, how much are you really committed? Do you just enjoy the community? Do you enjoy the positive energy? Do you enjoy and love the products? If you have a financial goal or you have a goal to impact 100,000 lives, it's going to go a lot faster and a lot more fun if you move forward to do those things. So, putting a post on social media and just waiting for it to come to you, not likely. Maybe when we get into some really good momentum, you put a post on social media and people will reach out. Now, today, some of us are getting phone calls and people saying, hey, I'm interested in what you're doing. But it's because we are out there consistently representing this brand, representing health, representing time freedom, representing financial freedom. And people watch that for long enough and then they may commit. But being intentional, putting it out there is always going to be hugely beneficial to you and efficient for your time. Okay, I think I covered most of what I wanted to do for tonight. I'd love to see where you guys, if for 60 days, just put your head down for 60 days. We've got convention coming up. I hope that all of you are registered for convention. I think we have 35 people in our team that are registered. We're still working on it. I said, I'm not going unless we've got 10 more people coming to convention. So we still have people enrolling for convention. It's not too late. If you are remotely considering it, if you're sitting on the fence thinking about it, do whatever you can to get to convention. In my mind, in my experience, bringing people to convention will increase their learning curve by months. That learning curve gets compact, your belief explodes in a matter of days, and you just walk out really confident and excited about what we have, where people can't tell you no. They can't even tell you no because you're wearing it all over about how important and special this company is. And so that is one thing we want to carry out of convention. Before that, guys, you've got 6 weeks to be intentional. And I would give you a goal. Go find 5 people to bring to convention with you. Go find 5 people. It's way more fun to do it that way. So I look forward to you guys just being intentional. Don't worry about the no's. That's part of this. They'll join you. Just keep staying on them. Keep reaching out. Say, hey, I care about you. Let's get this taken care of. And just accept. It happens to all of us. It happens to all of us. You guys, thank you so much for having me tonight. So good to see all of you. And we'll see you back tomorrow, Wellness Wednesday. Good night.